Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Liz and this is Let's Get Lizical, where we do everything card making. And today I'm going to be doing a bit of a mini haul, and I will do a planner page, which will be super fun. And we're going to do a fall themed one. I went through Pinterest and apparently November is just fall themed, because I was just like, November theme, like planner ideas. Everything was fall themed. So we're just going to go with fall for now and see how that goes. But I'll start off with the mini haul. So I finally got my Simon stuff once Canada Post got back to work. So I ordered, I don't know if these usually have like a trio name or something, but I ordered the Positively Saturated inks in the newer browns and reds. So it comes with cookie, gingerbread, and cocoa. So these are like nice warm browns. And then I got rhubarb, apple, and cranberry, which are more true reds than the last set that they had. The last set they had was like cheeky, cherry, and something else, I think. Maybe watermelon. But these ones are more true red. The other ones are a little bit more on the pink side. So I decided to get these. I also got a bunch of Mama Elephant stuff because they had a Stamptember exclusive. I got the stamp and die combo. So it's holiday snow globes, and they're just cute little snow globes with images in them, and like 4 sentiments, and the dies cut out everything. So I jumped on that. And these are like super cute. They would make some nice quick tags or ornaments for your tree. And I got the winter globes as well. I think these are cute. I like how the scene like goes outside of the globe a little bit. I think I'll be doing Christmas ornaments for these. I usually do my family like tags and like ornaments for their tree every year. So, and I started doing that in I think 2017 when I started card making. So every year they get like a little tag to put on their tree. So I think I will do that, and then maybe for like the gifts that I give my nephews, I'll use this set. But I also bought the die set for it because you can make these into little shaker snow globes. And the shaker portion goes outside of this, so it's not going to be cutting anything off from the image. But I thought that was cute. You could just like cut multiple layers of this, or you could cut this in like craft foam or something to build up your layers and just make cute little snow globes. So I will be doing that in a future video. I got this Very Merry Sentiments because I love the font on this. It's one of those fonts where it's like, it's a thin font, but on the one side they've like thickened the line. So you could like color these in different colors, leave them as is, heat emboss, whatever you normally do. And I think it would be super fun. There's like sugar and spice makes Christmas nice, so that would go maybe like with that gingerbread one that I made for last month's holiday card hijinks. So there's also one that says sweater weather is better together, which is cute, and I think will go with a couple of my other stamp sets with the sweater critters. So I got that, and I got the little art trading card box and die. This is so cute. I had to have it. I have the trading card die, the like normal size, and then this is the mini one. So you could put like a bunch of these on a card. You could make like a full deck of cards if you really wanted to. I saw it, I think, on Mama Elephant's Instagram, where they did like a full like 52 deck, which is a little nuts, but very time consuming. But I do have the stamp set that does all the suits and the numbers and whatever else, so I could technically do that as well, but I really wanted like this, and like this again is such a cute box. You could make a bunch of them and give them to somebody. It's like trading cards. I want to do the bigger ones at some point, and maybe I'll start that next year, but I want to do like trading cards for my nephews for like all of their birthdays. That kind of coordinate. Usually I cake decorate as well. I'm rusty at it and not as good as I used to be because I don't do it as often. I only do it for my nephews most of the time, unless I get commissioned to do something else. I'm not like super good at it, but it works. But I usually coordinate the card, the cake, and then I will coordinate the trading card as well when I get to that. So yeah, so that's what I got from Simon's Stamptember. I wanted to order these through Mama Elephant, but because they had this, I was like, I might as well order the rest of this while I'm here. There are a few other things that I'm missing, so I will order those at a future date, maybe when they have a sale or something. I need like the witchy set, and a few other things. Mama Elephant is my favorite. I'm sorry, everybody else. But anyway, yeah, so we're gonna be doing the November title page. Not that one. And I just kind of like covered this side up. I do have the dates on here. You'll already have seen that video potentially. So this is November. I'm going to be using the Honeybee Mini Fall Florals die set because I'm going to be using the like fall leaves from here. I bought this set because I wanted the shoe. And because I thought that the florals would be good for underwater scenes as well. This is how I justified buying the set, was I could use these for like coral and like underwater leaves and stuff like that. So that is how I justified buying this whole set, because I just really wanted the shoe. The flowers are really cute too, and the images are a bit smaller, which is good. Sometimes it's nice to have smaller images to fill up a card, but the like this stuff is meant to go in the shoe as like a decorative piece, but we're gonna be using it for a background today. And then I just saved this just to show you guys, if you really wanted to, like I cut out 4 of each of the 3 different leaves that were on there. If you place this properly, I just kind of like threw them on there however they fit, but if you did this properly, you could save this piece and then use this as a background and like do some ink blending underneath it, which would be cool. So, you know, just an idea. But we're just going to be doing the title page for November, and I have the stamp package around here somewhere, but I'm going to move over to my voiceover. We're going to ink blend these. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I might just cut a piece of cardstock and toss it in there, because I'll be doing all my ink blending on these leaves. But I will just close that up for now, switch over to voiceover, and you guys can watch me ink blend. Hey guys, so voiceover Liz here, just gonna describe what we're doing and, you know, embrace the fall vibes, because it's fall now and I'm excited. I don't like summer. It's too hot, especially here in Toronto. It gets really muggy. I know there's places that are worse and there's ones that are better. So where I'm at, I don't like it. Fall and winter are my seasons. The more I can layer on, the better. As of doing this voiceover, which is Thursday, October the 30th, 2025, it is a dreary day out today, which is not ideal because it kind of gives you like meh vibes. I don't hate the rain, but some days I'm just not feeling it. Today I'm not feeling it. But yeah, so my perfect ideal fall day is probably actually 15 to 18 degrees Celsius with a nice breeze and lots of sunshine. Let me know what your perfect day is down below. But anyway, let's embrace those fall vibes with this theme, because as I mentioned, anytime I looked up a November theme for planner pages or any kind of like planning, it was always fall, which was my original idea anyway. I wanted to do a fall theme, but then I was like, let's maybe try something else. So yeah, we're just gonna stick with the fall. So I cut out the 3 leaves, as I mentioned. Now I'm just ink blending them with my Simon's Positively Saturated inks in green, red, and yellow. And I used all 3 colors on the maple leaves. I think the second leaves were oak leaves. And those were done in the green and yellow. And then these third ones, I'm not sure what they are, but they are done in the red and the yellow, which kind of made an orange. And then I liked that orange, so I just kind of like pounced the red on top of it, so I wasn't fully ink blending over it. So it's kind of like a red and orange leaf, and I love the looks of those ones. I think my least favorite ones are probably the oak leaves, just because, I don't know, I like the warmer colors better for leaves, because fall is warm vibes, which is kind of funny because like summer is hot, but the colors are cool, and like vice versa for fall. So it's like fall colors are warm, but it's like really cold out. So just realizing that now. I am today's years old when this is being realized. But anyway, for the background, I decided just to use the Nina Desert Storm, and I cut it to 9 by 15 centimeters. I don't usually use centimeters because I'm an inches girly. I do fashion and pattern drafting and technical kind of stuff, so it's easier for me to go with inches. But with the dot grids, they're a little bit more precise to use centimeters because they're measured out in millimeters. So I decided to use the centimeter measurements this time, and it gave me a more precise fit than my previous inch measurements. So we're going to do that. I'm also pulling out my watercolor markers, which I've, again, not yet used because I just did the swatch card and left it at that. I didn't even have the swatch card labeled, so I didn't even know what color I was going to use. I kind of like counted from the end which one it was in the book, because I have them laid out in my like case that's kind of like a booklet, and I have it laid out in order. So I just kind of like counted back to the brown that I wanted to use and grabbed that one. And then I used it for splatter. It's actually really good to use water-based markers. You can even use Crayolas for this, which I've done in the past, where you just kind of scribble some on an acrylic block or some kind of surface that you can wipe off after. If you have a glass mat, you can just do it directly on that. Mine's a self-healing mat, so I can't. Otherwise, it'll stain the crap out of it. You can even use like a laminated piece of paper, which I also have as a palette somewhere. I haven't used it in a while, but I used to use that for ink smooshing all the time. And then I just kind of splattered the background with the one brown. It might have been nice if I used some of the other colors as well, but since it's like watered down color, it might not be as vibrant. Like if I tried doing the red, it would definitely turn out a bit darker. So I just used the brown for some texture. And then I'm just going to play around with the layout of the leaves. I kind of try not to put two of the same ones together, but there are a few, and I'm just kind of like spacing them out so that they, you know, fill up the background, but they also go over the edge, because I like that look when it's in the book, because I have the white border. So I like it when things break outside of borders like that. I do it on my cards, and I do it on these planner pages as well, which again, I will do again for next year. I'm not sure if I'm going to do videos for them next year, just because these videos don't get like a ton of views anyway. But I think it is good, you know, additional inspiration. But I think I might just, you know, add a photo of it on my Instagram or something for inspiration instead, and then it just takes the pressure off me having to film and edit and everything, and I can just do it without that worry and just show you guys what I'm doing still. So we'll probably do that, and then when this is done, I am going to darken up that November, because it just like kind of gets lost a little bit. And I'm also adding drop shadows to all of the leaves, which you'll see here in a second when I'm done gluing. But I'm just using like a warm gray marker. I think it was like a warm gray 2 or something like that. Probably should have used it as something a little bit darker, but you also have to be careful, because if you touch the leaves with it, it'll kind of bleed onto the leaves. So you just kind of have to be very careful when you're doing this after. I think if I was going to do this on a card, I would cut these leaves out again and do it in a gray maybe, and then offset it that way, just so it had a drop shadow. And then you can make them a little bit more dimensional, like maybe put them up on like some thin foam tape, or do double layered leaf and then the shadow layer behind that, just for a little extra dimension. But I think this would make like a really great like Thanksgiving themed card, or just like a fall thinking of you or thank you card, you know, something along those lines. This could even be like for a fall birthday if you want. But it was just, you know, a really fun way to add color to my planner, which I like to do just to like, you know, again, just add a little bit of color to my planner, because I only use it for birthdays and YouTube scheduling mostly, and like days I'm taking off work and whatnot. So I like to have just that little bit of color in there. I also just enjoy doing the creative aspect of, you know, putting something like this together. And again, it's additional inspiration for you guys, for your cards or, you know, scrapbook pages or whatever else you want to use these techniques for. They don't necessarily have to be for cards. Even when I do cards, you don't necessarily have to follow everything that I do or use it for a card. Again, you could use it for scrapbook pages, you could use it for separate projects, you could use it for pretty much anything else. It's just, you know, mostly obviously you're here for cards, but you know, I like to throw in some different things here and there. But yeah, just to add a little bit more detail, I was adding a bit of white gel pen to this, and I didn't make sure any of the lines were solid. I was just kind of scribbling over the veining in the embossing that the dies leave, and not making sure it was perfect. This is just kind of like more of a sketchy look, and I really like the way that this turned out. I like how colorful it is, and again, I like that it's fall theme because it's for November, and for December we'll probably do a Christmas theme. I think next year maybe I'll do like a different kind of layout where maybe I pick an animal every month that represents the month or something like that. So like December might get a polar bear or a reindeer or something, you know, something cold weathered, and then I don't know, fall maybe gets a fox or something, you know, just a general idea for the year and a different animal every month or something like that. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, so that's our page for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and let me know your thoughts. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe because I'd love to have you here. And stay tuned on Monday for the start of my holiday card series. Until next time, thanks guys. Bye.